Good morning, student. Today we are going to read class 7th S.St. Geography, chapter number 11, Life in Desert, part 2. So, student, in the previous chapter, previous video, I'd explained about the hot desert, that is the Sahara Desert, and I also explained on which location the Sahara Desert is located, as well as what kind of climate it experiences because of the being in the tropical zone, and also what kind of natural vegetation on the basis of natural vegetation, what kind of wildlife is present. Also, because of the extreme climate, how the people survive in these regions, that is also we had seen in the previous video. Now, in this topic, we will learn about the cold desert. The example is from the India, that is the Ladakh, and that is the part of cold desert in India. Now, moving towards the topic, that is Ladakh. So, Ladakh is there, you can see on the map Ladakh. So Ladakh is what? Ladakh is considered as the new union territory, and earliest it was a part of Jammu and Kashmir as a district, but now Ladakh is a union territory of the India. Now, the Tibetan language, in the Tibetan language, Ladakh means land of high passes. Means passes means, what is the meaning of passes? Passes means a area which is between the two hills that gives the route, that gives the way to uh, transport or travel to for the human as well as animals from one part of the area to the another part. So passes is what? It's just a route between the hills that gives the route to the people and the animals. So basically it is a land of passes. So it has many passes that connects the China or Pakistan or Tibet. Ladakh is surrounded by uh, Great Himalaya in the north, and basically that is the Karakoram range, and from the south it is the Jaskar mountain. So Ladakh lies in the eastern part of Jammu and Kashmir. Earlier, when the Jammu Kashmir is there, so it lies in the eastern part of the Jammu and Kashmir, and it is also part of the Great Himalaya from the northern side. So here you can see the Jaskar mountain, or the Jaskar, you can see in the picture the Jaskar river is there. So there is a mountain ranges there, you can see. So mountain ranges from the southern area, it is surrounded by Jaskar mountain, and in the north it is covered by the Karakoram range. So there you can see the Siachen glaciers and Gilgit, and this disputed territory is there. So there is the Karakoram range. The whole range is there. You can see the triangular shape type of object is there. So that is the Karakoram range. So this Karakoram is in the northern area, and the Jaskar, there you can see also the ranges. This is the Jaskar range that is surrounded in the north of the Ladakh. The average height of the Ladakh is its range is about the 6,000 meter, but in the Kargil it is about 3,000 meter, and in the Karakoram range it is 8,000 meter. So basically, if we can see average of the Kargil and Karakoram, it's about 6,000 meter of the Ladakh regions. Khardang La and Changlang La passes provide the access to Ladakh. So if we wanted to go to the Ladakh, so we have to cross the Khardang La and Changlang La passes if we have to reach to the Ladakh. So there you can see above the Leh, that is the Khardang La, and the another one is, that is the Changlang La, that is also near the Khardangla, which creates the route to reach over the Ladakh areas. Now, here the river Indus is flow. Along with the Indus, its tributaries are there like Nubra, Shyok, Shuru, Jaskar. So these are some of the rivers which flow over the Ladakh regions, and it has one of the salt lake, that is the Pongong Zo Lake, salt lake, that is present in the Ladakh. So this is the area which is covered by the which is covered the Ladakh and the part of Ladakh basically. These rivers have the cut deep valley that creates the gorges, and that because of the gorges it lends greenery to those areas near the valleys areas. Otherwise, the whole uh, landscape is dry, the whole area is dry. The rest part of the Ladakh is totally dry basically. Now, as you see the temperature, the areas which is belong to the Ladakh, there is the temperature of this area, the climate of this area is very extreme because the uh, is Ladakh is there at the higher altitude. So you know very well, when you move toward the higher altitude, the temperature started decreasing, and because of the decreased temperature, the uh, the cold season will be there. Let us see the climate of the Ladakh. So Ladakh lies the rain shadow area of the Great Himalayan Ranges. So Great Himalayan Ranges are there. So it lies the rain shadow, means opposite the rain areas. So because of that only there is no rainfall. It's about 10 centimeter or very few rainfall is there, and whatever the rainfall is there, it is in the form of snow. The precipitation is in the form of snow. The rain does not passes the Great Himalayan Ranges. The moisture laden clouds. There is westerly disturbance. Westerly disturbance is what? They are the colder one. They blow at the higher altitude. These westerly disturbance blow at the higher altitude that we had already read in the chapter number 6 during the weather and climate. So there you have read the westerly disturbance that blows into the temperate zones, and at the higher altitude they are the bitterly cold winds they blow, and they came from the Central Asia. They bring the snowfall to the region which feeds the glacier in the mountain. So whatever the mountains glaciers is there, they get feed means the layer by layer, that is because of the cold wind, that is the westerly disturbance that came from the Central Asia, and they reaches to the Himalayan regions. So these Himalayan regions protect us from these bitterly cold wind. Otherwise, we will also feel too cold during the other months of the year. So that protect as a barrier. During the summer time, the day temperature is about 30 degrees Celsius, and in night it's minus 3 degrees Celsius. But during winter, the day temperature remains below the freezing point in the Ladakh, and the nights are very much cold, that is minus 35 degree Celsius. This is one this temperature are average temperature. This can be reduced, or this can be reduced up to the 50 degree minus 50 degrees Celsius in those regions. So because of the extreme climate, the natural vegetation will be like that only. So Ladakh is a treeless, wind swept terrain. Wind swept terrain means the cold wind blows over there, and because of that only the whole Ladakh is a barren and treeless. But in warmer areas near the river valleys, or the few trees grows like willows, cedar, elm, poplar, cypress, juniper, yew, apples, apricot, walnut. So in the warmer areas near the valleys, also in the lower altitude of the Ladakh. So they grow in the summer season, not in the winter season. Basically, all over there, the during the whole time the alpine pasture with the mosses and gentians that is found at the higher altitude. So in the summer season only, mosses and gentians is found in the higher altitude. In the lower altitude, the willows, cedar, elm, poplar kind of trees are found. Now, because of the temperature, because of the natural vegetation is very less over here, so wildlife will be depend upon them. So due to lack of the vegetation and the bitter cold, it is a limited fauna, limited animals are there. So there are some animals like hare, marmot, barasinga, lizard, yak, mountain goat, sheep, Tibetan wild ass, antelope, zoo, that is a hybrid of yak and cow, and several varieties of dog, black necked crane, herons, pigeons, chikar, red starts, Tibetan snowcock, ravens, etc. So these are some of the wildlife which is found in the Ladakh region. The most suitable animal of the Ladakh is that is the yak. So yak have a thick shaggy hair, and that's provide the various things like they provide the milk, meat, wool, and various things. They also keep those animals for the other purposes, and whatever the grasses is grown over there, whatever the greenery or the vegetation is grown over there, they keep during the summer. They keep all those vegetation for them to feed their animals during the winter season, because in the winter season the whole area is covered with snow. So for the feeding of those animals, they keep those grasses and they dry it up and keep it for the feeding of those animals. Pashmina wool. So Pashmina wool is very famous in the Ladakh because of the Pashmina goat. So they used to make those wool. They use those wools for making shawl, blanket, and carpets. Several species of birds such as black-necked crane, herons, pigeon, chikar, redstart. These all are living in the Ladakh. There are few migratory birds is also there who fly to warmer areas in order to escape the severe winter. So when the winter is there, winter season is there, so these birds fly to the warmer areas to keep away themselves from the severe winter. Now the people those who are living in the Ladakh, the let us see the life of the people those who are living in the Ladakh. The first one is the Ladakh is one of the highest and the driest inhabitant place on the earth. So this is the highest and driest. It is highest and driest places on the earth. The people lives over here. The Ladakhis they have developed the sustaining culture. They do not depend upon the others, and they were fiercely independent and extremely hard working people, and they had also adopt themselves the challenges which is the part of the Ladakh, and they had developed themselves the habits they had developed themselves according to the Ladakh climatic condition. The majority of the Ladakhis are Tibetan Buddhist, and they have the different monasteries and or gompas with them, prayer stone, that is the chortons, the prayer wheels. So that is all belongs to the Buddhist religion. There are Buddhist spiritual leaders are there. They are known as Lama. They plays an important role in Ladakhi life because the religion which is followed by the Ladakhis people, that is the Buddhist religion. So according all the Buddhist religions culture is followed by the Ladakhis people. Now they survive in the harsh environment. They had developed themselves the lifestyle according to the harmony with nature. So they use the natural resources that is belongs to them and carefully, that maintain the stable population with a deep peace and contentment. So basically the people those who are living in those areas, they had developed themselves the resources, the limited resources they have, according to that only they had developed themselves. And the economy of the Ladakhis is only depend upon the agriculture, animal rearing, and tourism. So agriculture is also practiced during the summer month, like May to September. They grow the wheat and barley. Horticulture is very important because they grow the various variety of vegetables like peas, turnip, beans, potatoes, apples, strawberries, apricot, mulberries. So these are the fruits and vegetables that is grown in those regions. Also they had developed the unique irrigation system, and they started melting the glaciers. They started the use the melted glaciers for the irrigation, and during the winter they engage themselves in weaving. So most of the people of Ladakhis, they started weaving, and this is a primitive, this is done on the primitive looms, means the hand looms basically. So on that they weave the different shawls, different blankets and all. Handicraft is also occupy an important place in the traditional Ladakhi society in the form of knitting, weaving, cabinet making, wood carving, metal work, making embroidered tankas or the silk painting. So people, those who are those who are living in the Ladakh regions, they knit. Knit means they make the sweater and all with the wool. They weave means they weave the blankets and all. Cabinet making with the trees which is found in those regions, they started making the cabinet. Wood carving, different designs on the wood plates they do. Metal work they also do, and also they do the silk painting. These activity continues through the winter and summer. These activities are the part of the Ladakhis people during whether it is summer or winter. There are so many cooperatives and training institutes that is set up by the government to help the local peoples to make the various craft and sell to the tourists, those who come in the summer season. So it is also a tourist place where the people used to reach, the people used to visit these areas. So these people purchase the handicraft which is made by the people of the Ladakh, and they used to the cooperatives and training institute to train the people of Ladakh that they can make such things, they can make such handicrafts that the people can attract, the tourists can attract and they purchase. Tourism it also part of the Ladakhis during the summer season, especially in the urban areas. Basically the Leh, it is the capital of the Ladakh, and there are many more cities like Dras, Kargil, Diskit. So these are some of the places where the tourists used to visit. In year 1970, the road links between Srinagar and Leh, Manali and Leh, it is it is get opened, and because of this route when started, so this create the people to visit, the tourist can visit through these road to the Ladakh during the summer time. But during the winter time when the snowfall is there, only air links like helicopters are available to reach over the Ladakh areas. So now this is the cold desert that we have to discuss in the this chapter is over. Now what you have to do is that you have to write the names of wildlife or the wildlife animals which is found in the cold desert, that you have to write in the homework copy. Thank you, students.